Hey, what's up, guys? It's Archon. It's been about a year since I made a video. In that time, we had a lot of updates to the PvP meta. We got Gen 8 movesets, which really shook up the OU meta. And I really stopped playing OU um, for a long time because of this meta shift. Um, I didn't really think it was good for the game. You know, Gengar's getting nasty plot, two-shotting Blissies, Gyarados is getting power whips. Everything just kind of got a little bit more OP, except for maybe Garchomp. Um, but I did start playing NU. I was planning on making videos for NU, but just never got around to it. I played about 150 games in season 2, I think it was. And now here I came back for season 4 to play some OU. I wanted to get a PvP hat. I didn't really care which one it was. And I had this great team here with featuring my favorite Pokemon, Medicham. So I just kind of rolled with OU. I played about 380 games this season and got the hat. I think it was like 255 and 130. Um, so it wasn't bad. It was about like 66 win rate. Um, but this team is sort of focused on a couple glass cannons, hitting big moves that sort of break huge walls, specifically Medicham. So this Medicham is adamant with Choice Band, so not Jolly or Choice Scarf, which is pretty typical. Um, and Medicham with huge power, adamant Choice Band really hits shit hard. Um, and especially with all these slow Pokemon like we see on the screen, like Hippos and Conks, Medicham can just really pick shit off. Um, More generally, though, this team features double fighting types in the Mienshao I have there. That Mienshao is scarfed, which is not typical. Or I think it's seeing a little bit more play, but typically Mienshaos run Life Orb and Fake Out. But this Mienshao has Choice Scarf, um, so it can outspeed things that go to +1, or other Mienshaos, or other Scarfers even. Um, and Mienshao got close combat in the Gen 8 update, so it doesn't have to rely on hitting high jump kicks like Medicham does. We're also running my favorite Rotom set, which is the Ayapapa version, bold. Um, I think I detailed that in a previous video. It's my favorite set. Ayapapa really can throw a lot of opponents off guard with a huge health recovery right when it's, low. Um, and it can tank some great attacks. We have a Kappa standard like Haze set. Haze is super useful with this team. T-Tar is Adamant CB. So T-Tar is pretty important to the team in that if there's a Kappa on the other side, which, obviously would pose some problems for a double fighting type team, T-Tar can come in, crunch a pursuit, get it low, and then Medicham, I think, does like 40% to a Kappa with Zen Headbutt. So that's what T-Tar is there for, as well as other Volcaronas if I have to resort to that. But typically, I'm killing Volcaronas with my Mienshao. If I think they're going to Quiver Dance, I just switch it in, and it outspeeds a +1 Volcarona, and Stone Edge kills. And then Blissey, in this video, Blissey has Flamethrower, but about halfway through the season, I changed it for Ice Beam. Flamethrower just wasn't really giving me as much use. Like, I would maybe use it against Pharaohs or Scizors, but Ice Beam is super useful against all the Dragon types, Garchomp, Dragonite, and what have you. So here we're gonna get into the match. I think this video rather, shows off like how the team works pretty well. Also, there's a funny clip at the end that um, just made me think like, yeah, I gotta show this video. So here's the sets on some of the Pokemon. I'm showing them pretty quick here. Feel free to pause. So this is sort of how the early game goes. I'll be U-turning and Volt switching with Mienshao and Rotom. Just sort of chipping away at this Hippowdon here, because Medicham kills a Hippowdon from about 70% with a high jump kick, which is insane. They never expect it. So here we are, just U-turning and volt switching, really just trying to chip this Hippowdon, because it really is like the only thing that's stopping, Medicham or Mienshao from just coming in and getting a kill. And U-turn does a lot of damage to Rotom Mows too. It does about like 60%, I think. So here we go, second U-turn on this Hippowdon. 73%. Now, I think high jump kick is a roll from that range, but I don't even risk it. Just gonna go for a U-turn volt switch one more time here. Now here I'm debating hydro pumping. A lot of people like to stay in with their Hippowdons, crazily enough, and just slack off or stealth rocks, because volt switch is the obvious play here since they don't want to take a hydro pump. But luckily I picked the right move there. So here we go, we're going to U-turn one more time with this Mienshao. He'll switch his Hippowdon in. And now we're in range to high jump kick. Now if he has the foresight to know that I wouldn't just switch in Medicham for no reason and he switches into something else, high jump kick still gets a kill on anything on his team. So here we go, high jump kick, killing a Hippowdon, boom. There's his defensive wall out of the way. Now, crazily enough, high jump kick actually one-shots Volcaronas. So I just stay in and click it again. If he quiver dances, then it's dead. If he switches out like he does here, this thing's dead. Didn't even stand a chance. That does 300 to 500%. No, I'm playing. Anyway, so now he goes back into Volcarona. So now I know he's not gonna quiver dance this time because I stayed in. So I just go to T-Tar to catch the fiery dance. Now there are some things about this video that don't show that the team has some quirks that this video doesn't show off well. Like, for example, how Rotom can tank a hit from Garchomp's and then Will-O-Wisp. And then my Blissey just straight up walls Garchomp, and then with Ice Beam you can take that down. Oh yeah, by the way, this Fiery Dance crit actually did matter. I would have lived that Bug Buzz if he didn't get the crit, even at +1. So anyways, I'm going into Mienshao here to Stone Edge. Also, another quirk that this video doesn't show off well enough is that Medicham actually two-shots Jellicents, which has been seeing a little bit more play recently. Just like really no physical wall is safe from Medicham aside from Cofagrigus, and that's because his ability Mummy negates Medicham's ability Pure Power, which is where all that attack comes from. So he goes into Excadrill, obviously, with the Sand Rush. I'm locked into Stone Edge, so I go to Rotom here. Swords Dance doesn't really scare me because this thing like tanks any hit, really, and I get health back. So really we're just hoping not to flinch here and to hit the Hydro Pump. And luckily we do. Now the thing with this team is that, yeah, Medicham one-shots literally everything, but we're really relying on high jump kick to hit, Stone Edges to hit, Hydro Pumps to hit. And I lost a lot of games just from like a crucial Stone Edge missing, you know what I mean? But that's just how I like to play. I like to play kind of glass cannon. It just kind of makes the game a little bit more fun to me. So here he D-dances, and now we get to see where Mienshao really shines here. So I'm not afraid that I won't outspeed. CC, obviously kills this thing. Takes a big chunk out of Volca, might even two-shot after Sand. Conk doesn't really want to CC. So goodbye Tyranitar. Here's Scarf. So yeah, this is pretty much the game. Well, not quite, I guess. I still have to hit a Stone Edge on Volcarona. But this team shines in endgame as well, because Medicham actually um, can kill Conk 1-on-1. Now here I have a few options. I could go Blissey and try and Toxic. I could go Kapha and just haze him until he kills me, and then go back into Mienshao and Stone Edge. Let's see what I do. I think I go Blissey here. Looking back on this, this game would come down to a Stone Edge hitting on this Volca anyways, so I probably should have gone to Kapha and then hazed, because I live a +1 Fiery Dance, and then just hazed until he killed me, so that this thing doesn't have any stat increases, and then I go back into Mienshao and kill this thing. But he predicts the switch into Blissey and goes into Kapha, which is a good play, Conk rather, which is a good play by him. But now I just get to go free into Kapha here. Conk is such a prevalent mon in the meta, always has been. And he gets a crit Earthquake, which is hilarious and cool. So I get 2-shot now. Conk is such a huge part of the meta, and it really just isn't a problem for this team. And I live with 1 HP, which is also hilarious and cool. Pain Split. Now I get a free Hex. Sometimes RNG can just be a real bitch in this game. Go into Volca. I crit Hex him, which is funny. So now here's what I was trying to do originally. Like, Quiver Dance was pretty free for him there. I would just haze until he kills me. Goes back into Conk though, thinking I'm gonna switch out. But I don't, so I just Hex again. Brings him down to about half. So now I think CC kills here. I don't know though. Anyways, he just Quiver Dances, and I Hex. I mean haze, not Hex. One thing I learned about here I'm checking Quiver Dance PP, but I type in Quiver. So, one thing I learned after playing almost 400 games this season is that I get worn out of Pokemon really quick. About halfway through the season, it was like, oh my god, I have to play like 200 more games. I'm gonna fucking shoot myself. But, powered through, got the monkey hat, which is ugly as shit. But, I had a fun time. Medicham is my favorite Pokemon, so it's always fun to just bring it in and high jump kick something and watch it die. Anyways, he kills my Kapha here, which was all part of the master plan. Gets a crit. Now I just go into Mienshao, and obviously this game had to come down to Stone Edge hitting on Volca. So let's go for the Stone Edge. Oh! And we miss. Luckily he fucks up royally and Quiver Dances. He really should have just killed me there. What are you gonna do? But since I'm Scarf, I get another shot, and it's dead. And now Conk is left, which I'm not worried about since I have Medicham still. I just sack Mienshao, go into Medicham, and Drain Punch for the win. And I miss another stone. So that's just how this goes sometimes. You just miss these attacks that you need to hit. Or I guess I didn't need to hit that one, but, that's just how Pokemon is. So Medicham kills with Drain Punch at this range. Boom. There's the game. I ended this season at about 740 Elo, which isn't bad. I think the usually the bottom of the top 100 leaderboards finishes at about 800. So, you know, I'm like 10 games off, maybe, probably more. But yeah, I got the monkey hat. Anyways, after the game, this happened. He whispered me, reported for cheating. I said, why is that? Don't play dumb. LMAO, I missed 2 stone edges in a row. What did I do to cheat? He said, you're so dumb. Sometimes this game just really astounds me. And here I'm chilling with my guy, Blue Sky Phoenix. Anyways, I'll put the PokePaste for this team in the description. It's been a while since I made a video. Maybe I'll get back into it though. This video was, I didn't want to release this video until I was done with the season because this is sort of my like baby. I love this team. It's done me well. But yeah, if you want to see more videos or if you liked or if you learned anything from this video, feel free to drop a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See ya.